Hey everybody, so this is a book called The Bloodline of the Illuminati, right? And in this book, I hope this is coming through clear. I don't know if it'll until the video's uploaded. I was watching The Adventures of Merlin, which is, I only watch it because it was a childhood thing of mine. But as an, grown, there's stuff that was standing out in this that I never really caught before until now. Like, for instance, they talk a lot about the old time religion, and just growing up in the South, with the church experiences I had. Anytime I've heard about the old time religion, that's when these folks were gathered around. They were saying, "Give me some old time religion." But as I'm grown, I noticed they don't want the old time religion, right? They don't care for that. You go back and talk to them about the stuff that we've learned, and they shun it. Give us Jesus, and they plug their ears to anything else. So I know they're not talking about the Old Testament. They're talking about something else, and I don't even think they even know what the hell they're talking about, to be honest. But so as I'm listening to the show or watching the show, I hear that, and it's like, wait a minute, I've heard that stuff before. There's an episode where these two witches, one's passing away, so the other one sacrifices her sister on the day where the dead are most likely to appear or be felt on Earth. When she does it, it rips open a veil because a sacrifice was given, right? And this veil's been ripped, and now the dead can walk amongst the living. And the dead can kill the living, but the living can't harm the dead, Where have we heard that before, right? Sounds like Mexico on the Day of the Dead. But also, while I'm watching that, I keep hearing the veil, the veil's ripped, the veil's ripped. Isn't that what the Christians try to feed us with the whole Jesus dying on the cross, right? Tore the veil in the holiest of holies, right? So, and of course, in this show, they're on an island where there's a temple in the middle of nowhere, right? It's called the Island of the Blessed. So, more stuff. And of course, in the middle of the courtroom, there's a black mist that's supposed to be a torn veil, and it's like, is that what they try to tell us with the whole Jesus thing, dying on the cross? The whole Aslan dying on the round table, And so as I was going through that, I was just reading up on some stuff about that, because I tried to originally show you guys the images of it, but it's been blocked. That's not allowed to be played in our part of the world. So as I was reading, I found something I thought was really interesting here, right? And this has to do with the Druids, and which Arthur Scott Jr. He actually made me hip to this a while back, right? He one night we were on the phone and going back and forth, and he told me about this. That Jethro, first of all, Jethro is not his actual name, right? Because we know there's no J, but he showed me that Jethro was like this father of the Druids. So all these times where they're trying to portray, anything else but, people of our ethnicity, as the Druids, once again, that's a history that's being stolen. You know what I mean? Which, I mean, I don't know if it's anything to be proud of, but I just thought that was interesting, because I never looked at it that way. I mean, there was so much he taught me, I wish my phone wasn't down, because I would like to see where he could correct me on some of this stuff. But check this out, though. This was interesting, and like I said, so this book's talking about the Curse of Ham. The Curse of Ham, or at least this section here, the Curse of Ham is interesting. An interesting book, along with its mate, World Order by Useless Mullins. One of the books which I had with difficulty before finding it was Gerald Maswa, a book of the beginning. Let's see here. And the book goes in, let me see, the book goes in and shows the details how the inheritance of Britain Isles came originally from Egypt. This is important because, as this newsletter also let's see. Also, this newsletter also this newsletter has always contended the Druids, Druids of the. Oh no! Hold on. There you go. The Let's see. I read this better already. I'm sorry about this. The Druidism of of the British Isles was simply a something form what. Hold on, everybody. Hold on. See if I can try to get this. So, let's see here. From the Egyptian satanic witchcraft magic of ancient Egypt. The Egyptian word Mathach, clan or family. Probably butchered that. Let's see here. Clan or family became the Irish word Mac, M-A-C-C-U, and the Mac became Donalds. Clan of Donalds now reflected in the name MacDonald. Okay, so the secret keepers of the clan stone in, I hope that's right, Aran, A-R-R-A-N, were also known by the family, name of Clan Cathans. Another word for clan is Mac, M-A-C-K, and the clan Cathas, I hope I'm saying that right, were also known, I'm probably not, known as Mac and Patrak. The name of the Egyptian god Path was passed down to us by the Druids, adopting the name Patrick, which sounds similar to St. Patrick's Day. Then is a Christianized form of a Druidic holiday, which origins had its origin or originally had its origin in Egypt. The all-seeing eye can be found on ancient buildings in ancient Chaldea, in ancient Greece, and ancient Egypt. The middle eye, or I think eye, represents Odin. Odin had in his honor, the temple of yada 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 cleared back in the time of Moses. His black father-in-law Jethro used the all-seeing eye to well, like I'll just leave this in the description box because you'll probably be able to get through it some smoother than I am reading it out loud. But I just thought it was interesting. Once again, though, at least putting the pieces together. Like I said, at least the whole the whole part about the New Testament seems to really be paganized. So I don't know if that helps at all. I just thought it was interesting. Anyway, so I'll do my best to lead this in the description.